Wilkins, aka Basketball Tall. Welcome to my channel. Guys, you're in for a treat today because I have someone that you need to hear from. So I'm encouraging mom, dad, coaches, players, former and present, including fans. You want to hear from this guy. His name is John Loftin, one of the winningest coaches in women basketball history anywhere. He will rival any coach coaching today or in the past. He has a total record of 861 wins and 238 losses, coaching 38 years with a winning percentage of 78%. Wow. He's had 26 20-win game seasons and 12 30-game seasons. Not just that, he's won high school state championships. He's also a junior college coach for Murray State College in Tishomingo, Oklahoma, and also the winningest coach in Southwestern Oklahoma State University's history. Listen to this. He has a record at Murray State College from 1976 to 1981 of 138 wins and 39 losses. And at Southwestern Oklahoma State University, from the time of 1982 through the year 2000, 499 wins and only 99 losses. Wow, wow. And not just that, listen to this. He's won NAIA Women National Championships, 5 of them. Not one, 5 of them. And the thing is, from the year of 1982, 1983, 1985, 1987, and 1990, an article was written of him in Sports Illustrated back in 1983, and he probably would have made the front cover if it was not for Michael Jordan and Sam Perkins, okay? But this man has done tremendous things, and it's my honor and pleasure to have him on my channel today. Coach John Loftin, welcome.
Thank you, Robert. I appreciate it very much. Remember the first time we met, so I'll just let you go on. From there.
I just let everyone know, I met him my freshman year at Murray State College back in 1976. And I tell you what, I played up under Coach Wayne Cobb, and everyone knew he had a very rigorous work ethic. And we will watch you coach the girls, and we thought, wow, they're harder than us. But the thing about it is, Coach, what we saw was the girls working hard, giving it their all, no slacking. And we can see how that transferred over into the court. Because when you were at Murray State, you were a true winner. And the thing is, you had players back at that time when I was there, like Tammy Sane. I forgot Terry. Can't think of her last name right now. You had Wanda Jones. We're talking all these All-Americans that also went on and had tremendous careers. And to let my audience know as well is that he produced a lot of professional athletes. The WNBA came into existence in 1996. And in 1988, he had players such as Sharon Blair. She went on and played overseas professional women basketball in Australia. We had 1989, Patricia Malthus went to Australia. And then we had 1990, Carla Duncan went to France. Linda Broomfield went to France. 1995, Lisa McMullen went to Italy. 1995, Pam Jones went to Israel. And then in 2004, Amisha Carter went to New York in the WNBA. Coach, please, I'd like to ask a lot of times for those that have had tremendous success in the world of sports, what's your formula? What's the winning formula? Can you expand on that for me, please?
My mother was a perfectionist. My dad was a workaholic. So at a young age, I saw what you had to do to be successful, to make it in life. And then I had some really good coaches, and even in junior high school and college, that I saw working kids hard and making kids believe that they could win. And so I just had a really good background of winning basketball.
Okay. But well, Coach, you talked about some of these coaches that you observed or worked with along the way. Who are some of these people?
Well, the first coach that I had that was really influential in my life was a guy by the name of Travis LeDuc. He was my 7th grade basketball coach. Most people don't go back that far, but he became a preacher and the year after he coached me, and he was a preacher for 38 years in Oklahoma and Texas. And so he had a great influence on me there. He just had a bunch of farm kids there that didn't know anything about basketball. And we nearly had an undefeated season. We lost one game. Then I got in high school. I played for some different type coaches. One that was a Hank Iba guy, and then another one came in and coached me from Colorado, who was just a running gun coach. And I got to college, and when I got to college, Gene Gibson was a coach at Texas Tech, and we played some set plays, but we run the basketball too. So I had a bunch of different types of coaches, and so I could narrow down how I wanted to coach and get my coaching philosophy from all of those. And so, but like I said, my first influential was Travis LeDuc. He is 96 years old right now. He lives in Amarillo, Texas. And when I was inducted into the Hall of Fame and the Southwestern Hall of Fame, and around, I think it was around 2012, he came, and he was now about 88, 90 years old. Then he had his wife and his daughter with him, and he was there to see me get inducted in the Hall of Fame. And since he became a minister for 38 years, you know what kind of influence he had on all of us kids. And so to have a godly influence in your life at a young age in basketball meant a lot to me. And then the fundamentals, I learned a lot of them from even a girls basketball coach I had in high school who had won 2 or 3 state championships. He taught me basically how to shoot a basketball, get my elbow under the ball, and certain techniques, you know, that back in those days, you didn't have all the camps and all the videos and everything that you can watch that kids have nowadays to watch. And so you had to have some good coaches to teach you the fundamentals. And I had to learn the fundamentals if I was going to learn to teach fundamentals. So I had some really good coaches.
And I know that during the time when we were at Murray and, you know, defense, you're talking about in your jock, well, not for women, of course, but, you know, your defense was impeccable, Coach. And, you know, where did you learn the defensive techniques such as that? Where did that come from? Is there a lineage or anything?
Well, when I was coaching in Texas, I didn't play defense. I learned my defense when I came to Oklahoma, and I learned it from your coach, Coach Wayne Cobb. Wayne, his college coach, Blimmer Sullivan, learned it from Hank Iba. So it was passed down from Hank Iba to Blimmer Sullivan to Wayne Cobb to John Loftin. So that's where I learned my defense at. And there's a lot of people that learn their defense from Henry Iba.
You know, it's been said that defense win games. And you know, Coach, one thing I can say this, you know, I like to say, I know your formula. And I like to say, I think it starts in practice and in the beginning and in the end of practice. And I've seen a lot of other folks that on a lower scale duplicate and did exactly what you did, but no one did it like you, not to the magnitude of which you took it, Coach. And I'm so happy and so proud that I even know you. You know, there's something I need to let everyone know out there is that the first time I went fishing and rod and reel, it was due to this man. And while we were at Murray State, myself and a guy named Jeff Coleman, and he used to take us fishing. And it was a sand bass season time. And Coach, I want you to know, when you started us doing that, you used to give me your truck and Slim and I, we'd go out and, and drive and go fishing. And that's a tradition I started with my family. Every season during sand bass season, early spring, we would go out and go to these same places you took us and fish. Come on, I thank you for that, Coach. What a wonderful enjoy that was. That was an experience. Also, I'm going to tell you this, Coach. I still have your tackle box with your name on it that you gave me. It's my trophy. But, Coach, there are a lot of people out there. Sports is not dead, and that wants to have a degree of success. Is there any words of wisdom that you would like to expand with the audience that's out there?
Well, first, Robert, it starts with academics. If you want to be successful, and I'm talking about high school kids, whether they want to go to college or not, they need to be academically inclined to do the best that they can do. And then when they get in college, then they need to get into the books and work hard as they can. Now, that's the first thing to being successful. Then it's listening, to a lot of people, to a lot of kids nowadays. There's so many things, and as far as basketball goes, there's so many. They watch Michael Jordan type things, and they watch Allen Iverson things, and they watch this on YouTube and whatever, and then they come and they want to be a good basketball player. But what they don't understand is it's not what they can do, it's what the team can do. And the way I was able to be really successful as a basketball coach was to unite 5 players on the basketball court that would play together, and we won as a team. And to be successful in life, I think you've got to work as a team. You can't be an individual. You've got to work as a team. So teaching kids how to work together instead of being individuals is a big thing to me.
And Coach, what you just said, the method which you just shared with the audience spills over into our everyday life, into the workforce.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah. And I was going to tell you, the way I got the job down at Murray College wasn't because of really, I'd won a couple of state championships in girls basketball in Texas, but the reason I got the job there wasn't because of those state championships. It was because of the people I knew and I come in contact with. A lot of times you've got to be successful, you've got to work hard, but it also takes a little bit of luck. You've got to be at the right place at the right time. And your coach, Wayne Cobb, when I was getting my master's degree over Southwestern, one of his best friends, a guy by the name of Gene Robbins, who was a southeastern Oklahoma guy who had been an assistant at Kansas State, North Texas, in the early days coached at Midland College, not Midland College, at Murray College. He had a basketball class there at Southwestern, and so we were talking one day, and he said, I see where you won a couple of state championships in Texas. And he said, I'm going to be going on a recruiting trip, and I need someone to talk to my class that I teach on women's basketball. He said, would you do that for me? And I said, yeah, I'll be glad to, Gene. So I did that. And then when he got back from his recruiting trip, he hollered at me one day, and he said, come over here, John, I've got something I want to talk to you about. He said his name's Wayne Cobb. He said, a really nice guy. He said, one of my best friends. And he said, he's got a girls' basketball job open down there. He said, would you be interested in that? That's how I got my opportunity to go down to college. It wasn't because of state championship. It was because of the people that I knew and people you work with,
Yes, yes. And, I definitely agree with that, because along this journey of life, somewhere around the corner, as long as we seek and apply and doing good work and doing good things, we get breaks. And someone that may see something in us, and sometimes we don't even see it in ourselves, Coach.
Exactly.
I was just looking at a lot of the things that you've done and where you are right now in life, Coach. I think after you retired from Southwestern, you went back to coaching high school basketball, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a good friend who coached who coached at Guthrie High School in Oklahoma, and I'd recruited some of his kids at Guthrie over to Southwestern. And he one time he told me, his name was Ron Jones, and he said, I'd like to coach in college, Coach. Do you know anybody or anything? And I said, yeah, I know a coach down at Western Texas Junior College that's going to retire, and I'll call him for you. So I called for him and helped him, and he ended up getting a job at Western Texas College, and then he moved on and came on down to Midland College. So like I said, it's people that you know that can help you on these things.
Yes, yes. And I'm glad to know you. It's good to know people but the thing about it, sometimes we can know people, but we fail to even reach out to people. Sometimes we have to take that initiative and just reach out, and you'll be amazed at what we may be able to accomplish by doing so. Coach, what do you think about, basketball during this pandemic time? As we know, sports has been delayed. There is no fans or a small percentage of fans in the audience now. And some people are concerned about that. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, the first thing should be you consider is the health of the players and the fans and everyone else. And so I've watched some of these basketball games and everything. Everything's just not the same. And listen to the president talk about the things that should be done and will be done, and if we get a vaccine and whatever. There's a lot of what ifs right now, so I don't think I don't have any answers, and I don't think anyone else has any answers right now, because we've never been in this situation in the United States before like this.
No doubt about that, Coach. But still, we have to prepare each and every day, so when things open up as it was, we'll be ready.
Exactly. Yeah, keep preparing. That's for sure. You've got to prepare every day.
Yes. Coach, I tell you what, it is a joy and a pleasure, and I'm honored to be able here to do this. I'm thankful that I'm able to even call you friend, and just to be able to brag sometimes to somebody, let them know, yeah, I know him. Give him some credits. And I want my audience to know too, that if you like the material that I'm presenting here with you, if you would, press the subscribe button. Also, press the bell and hit the notification bell, because if there are any new content that I'm putting on this channel, you'll be the first to be informed and notified of it. Coach, I'm going to give you the last word. It's your time to let everyone know before we close out what you feel that's on your heart that you want to say to America.
Well, Robert, what I'd like to say is, first of all, I'd like to thank you for this opportunity. You and your friend Jeff Coleman, who we call Slim, and Cleve Bryan, and all you guys who come from Louisiana. I never did have an opportunity to go to Louisiana and recruit until I come to Murray, and I would go down there with Coach Cobb, and I know the high school that you went to, and these other guys there. That was such an opportunity for me that I never thought that I would get the opportunity in life. And I started coaching out in high school. I never thought I'd have the opportunity to coach in college, even though I can remember one day coaching in high school, having a girl sitting in the stands at a little place called Clog, Texas. And we won 2 state championships there. And I remember telling them that what we needed to do is work really hard. And if I wanted to get where I wanted to get, I wanted to coach college basketball someday. And so then I had that opportunity, and then to have the opportunity to go to Midland, to Murray State College, and then on to Southwestern Oklahoma was an opportunity of a lifetime, in which I never thought as a kid growing up on a little farm out in West Texas that I would ever get these opportunities to coach the kind of kids that I coached and to have the career that I had.
Coach, once again, I want to thank you and praise you because you've earned it. And I hope that the viewers that's watching and listening to this take to heart what you just said and realize whatever their goals, whatever their dreams are in life, that they too can achieve success. And it doesn't have to be in sports. It can be in anything you so ever choose if you're willing to pay the price, put in the hard work, get the education, whatever it is that you need, and you too can win. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Robert. God bless you, and thanks a bunch for this opportunity.
Thank you. And my audience, thank you.
John, this is Coach Cobb. I just thinking about you and thinking about the great girls basketball coach that you was, and you could have been a great men's basketball coach also. I remember our days at Murray State and what a good time we had, and I really enjoyed watching your teams play there. And I remember you sitting in the stands and watching us practice every day. And you know, we just had a good relationship and a good association. And it's a shame that I don't get to see you more often now than I do, and get to talk to you any more often. But I want to congratulate you again on what all of your accomplishments. You put southwestern Oklahoma on the map and put Oklahoma on the map in girls basketball. And I still have people talk about you today. But I know you've had some health problems. I hope that you're doing well now. I intend to call you all the time and never get around to doing those things. But maybe we'll get together sometime, and you take care of yourself. And again, I enjoyed the association I've had with you and the good friendship that we've had. And I really admire the job that you've done.
Hey, Coach, this is Hendrix Rogers. Just wanted to thank you for being such a great inspiration for me throughout my life. Not only playing for you for the 4 years at Southwestern, but all the life lessons you've taught me that have helped me so much throughout everything in my career. The knowledge that you had for the game, your work ethic, your demandingness, and always getting the best out of us. Your passion and love for the game was always my favorite. It was truly a blessing for me, and I will always be grateful for a place for such a legend as yourself. I love you, and thank you, Coach.
I just wanted to let you know that the impact that you've had on my life has been a positive one and a good one. And talking about it makes me a little emotional, so try not to go there. But I wish you the very best, and thank you for taking a chance on me and giving me a chance to prove myself and to play for one of the best coaches ever. Love you.
Hello, I'm Wanda. I want to thank Robert for the opportunity to speak about one of the best women basketball coaches I've ever known. I played for Coach Loftin at Murray State College. He brought the best out of anyone he coached. If you were going to play for Coach Loftin, he expected 100% on and off the floor. I recall the time I told Coach Loftin I was quitting because practice was so hard. I informed Coach I was going to call my dad. Coach informed me I was not quitting, and he was also going to call my dad. We have a relationship that I respect, adore, cherish, and thank God for. God blessed me with an awesome coach, a mentor, a father figure, and now a friend. I cannot express the amount of gratitude that I have for Coach Loftin. Thank you, Coach, for believing in me, and you will always be one of my superheroes.